Welcome back, folks. This is part 2 of my ultimate ATV ice fishing build. I have taken my sweet time getting all the parts that I need. Trying to do this the right way, do it safe, do it secure so that I don't have issues out on the ice. So finally got all the pieces that I need to get the wiring done. But there's a long road ahead when it comes to getting everything put together. So first, what I'm going to start with, as you know, I've got the boxes complete. I've got my box in the back, cleaned everything out, got it ready, and then I also staged some of the pieces to this puzzle. I'll give you a quick run through on what that looks like, and then probably going to just get started and putting pieces in place. I'll try to inform you on what I've got and what I'm doing as I go, but it is cold out here in the garage and I don't have insulation or a heater, so I'm gonna work until my fingers can't handle it anymore. So anyways, what I did, I ordered a bunch of stuff from Ice Power, and the big thing was ordering lights. I got a bunch of lights. They look like this. They're LED lights. They've got your red and black for your power. It's got some adhesive mounts here, some screws to secure it down. So I'm going to try to make use of all of that as best I can. But that is the main kind of light that I'm going to be putting in every which place on this four-wheeler. The other stuff that I got are these toggle switches. You got simple on-off. There's a gasket there, and then all of your connections. I'm not going to get into too much detail about the actual wiring itself. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, but Jeremy has a bunch of really good videos over on his page, Ice Power, and there's a bunch of other good videos that can show you how to do this wiring correctly. But I watched a bunch of them. I think I've got it down, and I've got all the parts that I need. I'm sure I'll get halfway through and find out that I'm missing something, but we're going to start with placing everything that I have, get it ready, and then I'm going to start running wire. I want to make sure that I have everything in the right spot and ready to work, and I know that it's a good fit and everything functions the way I want it as far as doors, and I'm not banging switches with equipment and knocking lights off and stuff like that. So I'll give you a quick run through. That's the main stuff, the lights and the switches. There's a few other things, but we can talk about that as we go. So right now, as you can see here, I got this box and I've laid out 3 lights. So what my plan is for each box is to have a light that'll go underneath here for the upper compartment, and it will shine out this way. So it'll sit somewhere in there like so, kind of hidden, but should illuminate this entire space up top. I've got another one here, as I've labeled it, and I'm gonna put it facing down. As of right now, I think I'm gonna do it facing down. I think that's the plan. But either way, it's either gonna face out or down, and that'll illuminate this entire box while also giving me some light, through this side where I'm gonna have my fold down compartment. So I've got 2 lights for that. I've also got a third light that will be mounted underneath here, something like this in this region. That's gonna give me that underglow kind of look that I was looking for. And I'm gonna have these spaced out. I've got 4 of them right now. I might add a couple more because I have some extras. And then again, I've got another switch. I haven't quite decided where I want to put it on this box, but I think the idea will be somewhere back here on this side, so it's close to, in front of me when I'm driving the wheeler, but also easy access to the person that's using the box, and I want it close to those lights so I don't have to run wire so far. So that's really what the boxes are going to look like. I'm not going to show you the other one. It's literally the exact same. What I did was purchased a Ice Power Box DIY kit, but then I added a bunch of a la carte stuff, extra lights, extra switches, stuff like that. So if you're familiar with the Ice Power boxes, I gave you a quick look at this last time, but this is the Ice Power boxes. This is an older one, but it's the same concept. It's got this nice power port here with the USB, the 12 volt. It's got a voltage gauge there. And then I've also got a temperature gauge down here. I thought that's pretty slick. I want that on my box too. So what I've got set up here, and this is temporary for right now, but I'm thinking this is where I'm gonna mount it. I'm gonna put the ports, the power ports with the voltage gauge right here on this part of this side's box, and then here's the temperature, the thermometer here. I'm gonna mount it right in the same spot. It's gonna look a little off, but I kind of don't care. I'm more so doing this for functionality. I tried to think of a really cool way to like mount it up here on the front and like make some custom things and try to do it that way, but it's just more effort than I want to put in, and I'm trying to make it look nice, but I'm not too picky about it looking lopsided because it's got, you know, something on this side and nothing over there. Plus leaves that wide open for adding other accessories, I guess, at future time. So that's what the front is going to consist of. We come to our captain's chair here. I've got two switches. I've got this switch here. That's going to be my master power. It's going to power up the whole entire thing so that when I flip a switch, what I flip the switch for works. I'm going to do that obviously so that I don't want to accidentally turn a switch on when I don't mean to, when it's supposed to be off. So I have my master power. And then I have another switch also, and they're sitting here because I'm kind of contemplating whether I want to put them somewhere in this plastic on the wheeler, or maybe I'll put them over here on this box because it's wide open. But the second switch is going to power all of those underglow lights so that I can just flip one switch, turns them all on, and then we've got what we need. But I'll have both of those up here at the captain's chair. Moving on to the back here, as I said, we've got our box, and I've got these mounts that are for my auger. Again, I got another one of these lights, and what my plan is to put that underneath. Apologize, it's a little dark, but that's gonna sit underneath again, more of that kind of underglow look. As I said, this is a big space, as you can see. There's a lot of space here, a lot of space back there. I have extra lights that I may decide to add to this, but right now I'm just gonna go with 4 for the underglow lights. Just see how it looks, and I can always add. Okay, so inside the box, I cleared it out, and I've actually started staging all the stuff, like I said. So, see, we've got a nice kind of bright natural wood color. So I figured I could get away with just putting 2 lights in these in this back box. So my thought is I'll put a light here. It'll shine through this way. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side right here. I'll have that light mounted there. But I didn't want to just have both of those on at all times. I want this thing to be able to be user friendly, and if you want a light, you can have it on. If you don't need the light, you can turn it off. So both of those lights I'm also gonna put on switches. Yay, wiring. This is gonna be really fun. But I'm going for functional here, folks. So those are the only 2 lights that I'm gonna put inside this back box. The next thing to look at here is this center piece. The center part of the box is very, I don't know, it's not useful, it's narrow. I can't really store a ton of stuff unless it's like jackets, hats, gloves, whatever, but I've got other places for that, and hell, I should be wearing it if I'm bringing it with. So, so this is a 30 amp hour. Ooh, let's get it. This is my 30 amp hour Amped Outdoors lithium battery. That bad boy is gonna give me the power I need for a very long time. You know, I've got lots and lots of lights. They're not all gonna be functioning all at the same time, but I've got them all set up, so I want it to run off as long as I need it, especially on tournament days or when I'm scouting or night fishing, whatever, because not only is it gonna have lights, I have power outlets and stuff too. Speaking of power outlets, I have another one of these 12 volt charge ports that I'm going to somehow, I haven't figured it out yet. I might have to build a little shelf or use some of that aluminum channel that I use for the boxes up front. I'm going to put this inside the box somewhere because I have one of those coolers that has a bubbler on it, so I can just plug the little charger into this and don't have to worry about my batteries running out. I can just have it charging the whole time. Now I know that's probably not great for having my battery last an extended period of time, but again, if I'm gonna bring bait on a tournament day, which is a new thing for us, I wanna try to make them last as long as I can, so I can run it off battery power. If the batteries run out, I can always use this as my backup, or vice versa. If I feel like I'm overusing the large battery because of my bubbler, I can always just switch over to battery power. So I just want that option. I want to be able to plug stuff in. Hell, maybe I'll even install some sort of bubbler system for my live well buckets, because that's always nice to be able to keep your fish alive going into weigh-in. So that's the plan for the back box. I'll give you a quick run through. I'm going to be using 18 gauge wire for all of this. That should cover us. And then I've got obviously some electrical tape. I've got this nice fancy box of connectors. I'll be using the blue ones. And then I've got these really nice, some of them have like this heat shrink solder in there, so the tube will shrink around the wire, and then there's some solder built in as well that'll tie the wires together. So that's really nice. I'm not the greatest at soldering, so I thought this was a cool option. See how that works. And then I also have these shrink wrap tubes that I've used them on many other options, so all else fails, I'll probably top everything off with these just for extra secure wiring. And then I've got your other standard equipment. You know, I got a crimper, I got a pliers, I got a wire cutter, everything I'm gonna need to make all my connections. So I am gonna stop babbling. I'll try to keep you updated as best I can while I work through, but I'm gonna keep a camera going and I'll give you some shots of me just moving around and getting stuff set up. But if something comes up, I'll update you, and stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this electrical build out. All right, I'm frozen to the bone. Got my coat on now, but I got all my lights in place on both boxes. Underneath there, bring it all the way to the back here. I've got a switch. It's just kind of setting in there right now. It's not mounted fully. We've got our light, wire for the switch, and then this wire running from that light down there. Tough to see, I don't have much light, but I did the same thing on the other side. Tested everything with the battery. I know everything works. So like I said, I'm freezing cold, and I realized as I got these boxes done, they look pretty good. I still have to, finish securing down the lights, but there's some plywood that needs to be installed, and I figured the way that these switches install is you have to drill a hole and they push in and hold themselves in place. So I think that's going to be a lot easier through wood than through these aluminum channels in my eyes. I could be wrong, but it was just really easy with my spade bit to do it through the wood. Like I said, I'm done for the night, so I'm not going to be done with this video here. Next time you see me, it will be another day, but I am going to get some plywood. I bought 1/4-inch plywood, realized it's way too thin, so I'm gonna go get some 1/2-inch, and then I will start putting the plywood on, and then I can install those switches, get them in place, and then I might take a pause from the plywood to finish the wiring, because I don't want to completely close it off, make it super difficult to access all this. So still got a ways to go, but I'm not done with this video. I will see you soon. Hopefully not hopefully this beard isn't any longer than it is next time I see you. But I'm gonna continue this video shortly. So we got it done. I got both the panels on these side of the boxes. Sorry about the light. I need to get some more lights in the garage here. So my next step, and I don't know if I'll really make too much progress today. I'm really gonna have to think this out, kind of the wiring plan for getting everything linked together with switches. It's turning out to be a little more complicated than I was thinking, mostly because I'm not that experienced when it comes to electrical work, but lots of good DIY videos out there. Specifically, I'm going to watch the ones from Jeremy because I bought his kits, so those will help a lot. But stay tuned, lots of work to do. Whew, okay, well, I finally finished it. I got everything wired up. All the lights are working, all the outlets work. There's a couple little cleanup things that I gotta do and a lot of finish work that I gotta do, but I am going to wrap up the video here. But first, I'm gonna give you a quick run around of the whole four-wheeler, show you how everything works. It's gonna be kind of dark, but it'll give you more of an effect when I'm flipping switches and whatnot. So here, I'm gonna get up here. I'm using the lights here from the front of the wheeler, so it's pitch black in the garage, but as you can see, the wheeler is lit up. Looks really, really nice. So I threw some LEDs right up here on the front. Those are gonna be really nice, just to add some light to these, incandescent, I think they're called, I don't know, the stock ones. So anyways, I thought that was pretty nice. And then our underglows here, they're not the brightest thing ever, but it gets the job done. They look really nice. And then the boxes look phenomenal. Don't mind the mess. They look really, really nice. Yeah, all the lights work. Here, I'll show you the switches work. See, we've got our switch on the front here, one over there. So we'll flip this switch and those lights go off and they go back on. Much better view here. Come back around to this side here, same thing. Get in there, off, on, works. Then as you can see, my USB port here, that works, it's glowing blue. Then when you flip the switch, it goes off. So that's all wired in together. Come around to the side here, still kind of hard to see, but there's my master switch and my light switch. I got some wires crossed around and hooked up to the wrong spots, so that's working a little funky, but as you can see inside the box, in the back, everything is lit up, works great, looks bright as can be, exactly what I needed. You got your switch here on the side, controls that light, and then come around to this side here, there's my switch, and then I've got a power outlet hooked up in here. Got to clean a lot of this up, but I got my fuse on. So that's pretty much this whole compartment here is going to be a battery, wires. I'm going to put a piece of wood or a cover over here so I can mount this outlet in here. And then I'm also going to have my charging posts in there as well, so it's easy access. So then come take a look around at the back here. There's my underglow, I guess you can call it. It looks okay, so we can get a good look at it from afar. There she is in all her glory in my messy garage, but it looks really good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. So yeah, she works good. Get down in the light. So like I said, that'll be it for today. And I think I'm gonna cut the video off here. We're gonna move on to a part 3 for finishing everything up. So I really appreciate you tuning in. I know this took me a long time. It's kind of a long-winded video, but a lot got done. And I hope you found it interesting. Maybe gave you some ideas for your four-wheeler ATV. If you do have any suggestions or see anything that, hey, why the heck did you do that? Drop it in the comments, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next part. This is it for part 2 of the DIY tactical ATV build. Tune in next time for the finishing product. If you would do me a favor, go subscribe, like the video, share it, and that helps me out. So until next time, thanks for watching. Moving on to the back, my camera's in the way here. Oh, good. Yep. We're just winning. Yep. Ultimately. All right.